members of our delegation for General Conference 2016, the Reverend Mark Norman and Karon Mann, who is also our Arkansas Conference lay leader. We have a few questions as General Conference draws to a close. We just wanted to gather your impressions of these last 11 days. And if you have anything particular you'd like to share about what has transpired.
Well, with this being my first General Conference, it is just an extreme joy. I had no idea. I'd heard stories about how difficult this process may be, but there's nothing like going through it. But there is still a overcoming joy about being a part of a global church, and to meet with people in legislative committees from all over the world, and then to see them together on the General Conference floor. It's a great honor.
I'm always amazed by the global nature of our church. It's truly a wonderful thing to see delegates from all over the world gathered here together to look at legislation, to have conversation. It's amazing. Our worship has been wonderful and has included pieces at times from all of our cultures, and it's just been a wonderful experience. General Conference is a big event. It can be very exhausting, but also very exhilarating.
Looking back again, what has been the most significant action, in your opinion?
I definitely believe the most significant action we've taken here at General Conference was asking for the bishop's leadership. I believe that is an historic moment that General Conference has never asked the bishops to guide them before. And I think that was very significant. And we asked, and they delivered. They gave us a plan, and it's still to play out how that will happen. But I am so happy that they did that, and it makes me feel optimistic about the future of our church. I feel like they did demonstrate true leadership, that they are giving us a moment to step back and pause, and to take the time to actually be able to come back to this, all the issues surrounding homosexuality, and perhaps do true Christian conferencing.
Mark, what about you?
It was an interesting transition from the early few days of our time together as a conference, and some of the times that we had questions on rulings and even removal of chairs of our bishops, to turn around and plead to our bishops as our spiritual leaders of the church to give us leadership and guidance was a great transition. What I experienced is kind of a sense that a lot of people had a heartfelt desire to want to talk about the human sexuality issues, and it was out of that passion to want to talk about it that people were not always a fan of the Council of Bishops' decision, because there was this hunger, this desire to talk and deal with it now. And so, because they wanted to deal with it now, I take that into consideration, but I so appreciate our desire to have focused conversation about the human sexuality issues later. It'll make for better conversation.
Not only was there differing opinion on the General Conference floor, but there was also differing opinion in our own delegation. What do you have? What kind of reflection do you have on that?
It was pointed out to us when the bishops presented their plan that unanimity and unity are not the same thing. And the goal of this plan was to move forward toward unity in our church. And it's true that there are differing opinions. You will hear different opinions from other different members of the Arkansas Conference delegation. But my hope and my prayer is that our church is strong enough to stay together.
Tell me, looking back on the multitude of things that were addressed here, about a change or two that you think will be noticeable for Arkansans in United Methodism.
I was on that committee on the new hymnal, and it's a very flexible hymnal. It's a hymnal that gives the diverse kind of congregations that we have in Arkansas the opportunity to be able to sing praises to God in their different ways, whether it be in more contemporary venues or whether it be in more traditional venues. The new hymnal is going to be so flexible that it really helps congregations be able to use multimedia, to be able to use the iCloud. It's going to be a great benefit and change to our churches in Arkansas.
Some of the other legislation was more refinement of existing pieces, changing wording. I'm not sure it would be anything that they would notice right away.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I just consider it an honor to be able to represent the Arkansas Conference. We had a lot of great times as a delegation. We spent a lot of time together. We spent a lot of time in prayer. We spent a lot of time with our bishop, and we spent a lot of time in fellowship. And so over these past 2 weeks, I think we have really been able to do a lot of great things together.
It truly is a privilege to be a delegate from the Arkansas Conference at this General Conference. One of the things I appreciate the most about the Arkansas delegation is our commitment to be in covenant and treat each other with respect, even when we do differ. And it's valuable to have safe space where you can feel what you feel, think what you think, but still be loved and respected by your fellow delegates.